Doctor Who, Tales from Time, a Heart of Time prequel, The Ice Queen, written and narrated by Chris Jones. Norway, 1840. There was a woman, a perfectly ordinary woman, with a seemingly extraordinary ability. She could manipulate ice, she could create sculptures in seconds. Even a slight touch could send a shiver down your spine. Her community did not view her ability as a gift, but more the work of witchcraft, a curse that would plague the town. Out of fear, the community rallied to banish the woman from the town and exile her to the mountains. The woman felt lost and confused, and in a moment of pure rage, she caused a snow blizzard that plagued the town forever. Upon reflection, the woman created an ice palace where she remained in exile, hidden away from her mistake and from the town's prejudice. That's the story of the Ice Queen, the Doctor remarks as he closes the book and the children who were listening in the play area run off to play. Skye looks over and smiles, while she is clearly not listening to her friends. Skye? Hello? Earth to Skye. Skye suddenly snaps back into the conversation with her friends. One friend gives off a cheeky smile as she claims, well, it's clear to see why Skye wasn't listening. Where did you meet him? The question lingers for a moment before Skye politely responds, it's a long story. Another of Skye's friends quickly chimes in, well, you could bring him here anytime. My boss is always looking for someone to read stories to the kids, and they just seem so mesmerised by him. Skye looks at the Doctor with a longing gaze. What's his name again? One of Skye's friends asks directly. The Doctor approaches confidently. The Doctor, nice to meet you ladies. The Doctor stands with a strong posture. Doctor who? Skye's friend remarks curiously. Just the Doctor, Skye claims in a quick yet loving tone. We should be going, shouldn't we? Skye adds abruptly, asking a question that she is expecting a certain response to. Yes, of course, because we have a thing? The Doctor exclaims in a bold attempt to improvise. Dinner with my parents, claims Skye confidently, like she has lied to her friends a million times before. The pair bid farewell to Skye's friends and leave the toy shop. It is clear that there is more than a simple friendship between the Doctor and Skye, but with the recent demise of their close friend Simon, it has been difficult to find the time to discuss how they feel. They leave the department store and walk through the streets of London. It's December, so the streets are engulfed in lights and Christmas decorations. Skye grabs hold of the Doctor's hand and pulls him towards a sign for Winter Wonderland. Oh, I love Winter Wonderland. We should go, declares Skye with a gleeful tone. The Doctor looks at her with a half smile, as though he wants to make her happy, but he is unable to do so as his mind is elsewhere. Skye takes note of the Doctor's expression and changes her tone as she begins to unpick what his thoughts are. You seem distant. What's on your mind? She asks in a concerned and caring manner. The Doctor grabs her hand and looks at her. When you're a kid and they tell you that the Earth is turning, but you can't quite believe it because it looks like we're standing still. I can feel it. The turn of the Earth, the ground beneath our feet is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, and the entire planet is hurtling around the sun at 67 miles per hour, and I can feel it. We're falling through space, you and me, clinging to the skin of this world, and if we let go... The Doctor lets go of Skye's hand as the mood of the situation becomes quite intense. That's who I am. Who I really am, the Doctor states solemnly. Skye looks at the Doctor. It's okay. You have me now. It's all going to be okay. She grabs hold of his hand and puts her other hand on his cheek before looking into his eyes and stating, why don't we go back to the TARDIS and see where the open road takes us? The Doctor cracks a smile, the first proper smile since they lost Simon at the hands of the unknown, and the pair walk down the street, turning into an alleyway and entering the TARDIS. The TARDIS glistened as it roared into action. The Doctor and Skye had been gone for so long that the old girl needed a wake-up call to get her engines revved up. The Doctor glides around the console, flicking switches, pushing buttons. He makes it all appear seamless. The Doctor's hand reaches for the flight lever. He gives Skye a confident smile before pulling the flight lever down. Skye grabs hold of the console as the TARDIS begins to shake, as the time machine barrels through the ferocious roar of the time vortex. Skye can't help but enjoy the sensation of having no idea where they'll end up. The The Doctor revels in Skye's excitement as he pulls the flight lever up and the TARDIS comes to an abrupt halt. They've landed, but where are they? More importantly, when are they? These are the questions that Skye continues to ask herself. She has not yet become tired of the mystery, and as she is about to ask those very questions, she stops herself and instead rushes for the TARDIS doors, deciding to look first and ask questions later. The ground was glistening at the sight of the purest white snow. Skye takes a step and the snow crumbles around her foot and subsequently covers it right up to her ankle. She looks forward and sees the dark blue sky that surrounds the area. In the distance, small star-like lights can be seen lighting a path, almost as if it was there to guide Skye to wherever she needs to go. Norway, 1840, the Doctor declares before licking his finger and holding it up to the sky. Mid-July, I'd say, he adds with a hint of smugness, as his ability to accurately tell the time of year. It's as if he has done this a million times before, which he almost certainly has. Skye looks at the Doctor with a playful smile. Snow in July? She questions with a sense of confusion hidden behind her usual confident tone. Norway has very cold winters. Often you'll see snow right up to April, the Doctor commands. It's as if he has an encyclopedia knowledge on everything to do with Norway. Skye's face becomes visibly confused. If they get snow up to April, then how is there snow in July? Exclaims Skye, expecting the Doctor to have the answer. Very good question, well observed, remarks the Doctor, sounding impressed by Skye's observation. The Doctor kneels down and grabs a handful of snow, studying it. Maybe you got the wrong month, Skye declares in an assertive tone. Still studying the snow, the Doctor responds calmly and with a hint of suspicion. Unlikely. My accuracy is second to none. Skye looks at the Doctor with a playful smug grin. You've been wrong before. How do you know you're right this time? The Doctor drops the remnants of the snow he was examining as he stands up and looks ahead at the lights Skye was looking towards earlier. Because the snow is fresh, as in a few hours fresh. Come on, let's take a look around. The Doctor marches on, as if to assert his dominance and leadership within the duo. Skye follows, intrigued by the Doctor's previous statement and in awe of the snowy surroundings. The Doctor and Skye approach the source of the lights, a small Norwegian town. As they continue to walk through, the silence is noticeable. Where is everyone? Skye asks curiously. Before the Doctor can answer, an old man approaches and stares at the pair with the kind of stare that cuts deep into your soul. The man continues to examine with his eyes. The Doctor and Skye are frozen still, not sure what to do or say. Hello, I'm the Doctor and this is Skye? The Doctor manages to say with a sort of half-confident demeanour. The old man looks at him. Why are you here? The old man declares with a scornful look. Before the Doctor can initiate his usual routine, Skye starts to speak. We're travellers, and we saw the lights in hopes that there might be a place to stay. The man scowls at her. This town is cursed. You should leave while you still can. The man looks tired. Cursed by what? The Doctor questions with much intrigue in his tone of voice. The old man looks towards the hills. The Ice Queen plagues this town. She lives in her palace in the hills, cursing this town and anyone who crosses her. She curses them to live the rest of their lives frozen and on display like statues. The man sounds horrified as if he lost someone. Skye puts her arms around him. Did you lose someone? The old man sheds a tear which subsequently freezes on his cheek. You could spend the night in my hut, but I urge you to leave by morning. The old man almost begs the pair. The Doctor looks at him with that hero glint in his eye. I'm sorry, but I have to know who this Ice Queen is. I can help. His tone is filled with reassurance. The old man frowns at the Doctor. You have the face of a young man, but the eyes of an old man. You've experienced situations like this before, questions the old man with a hint of concern in his voice. The Doctor looks towards the hills and then fixes his gaze back to the man. This is a normal day for me, the Doctor jests rather jovially. The temperature suddenly drops and Skye starts to shiver erratically. The Doctor notices immediately and looks at the old man. She's here, the old man declares, almost struggling to speak, as if he is terrified of what will happen next. The ground becomes frosty, as if fresh snow or ice had fallen, except nothing has materialized from the sky. The Doctor draws out his sonic screwdriver, as if he was a cowboy drawing his revolver. Skye looks concerned, but she is reassured by the Doctor. She feels safe around him. Suddenly, a blizzard of ice sweeps across the village. The Doctor, Skye and the old man all shield their faces from the razor-sharp flakes of ice flying towards them. A voice bellows, "You shall pay for your discrimination. The whole town will pay." More ice forms around the house and buildings, sealing the doors, giving the trio nowhere to hide. The blizzard intensifies until it abruptly stops, with no quick signs of anyone being hurt. That is, until the Doctor turns to face Skye. The Doctor shows a look of sadness, one that he has felt many times before, as he gazed upon Skye, who has been turned to ice. The old man provides his sympathies to the Doctor, but he cannot take his gaze away from Skye. He puts his hand on her now icy cold face. "I'm sorry, Skye," he states calmly with a hint of sorrow. The Doctor turns his attention to the old man as he becomes confident again. However, this time, the anger and vengeance can be seen in his eyes. "How do I get to the Ice Queen?" the Doctor asks directly. The old man stares into the Doctor's eyes. "The only way is through the hills. But it'll be no use. Many men filled with hate, anger, rage have tried to avenge loved ones, only to succumb to the Queen's icy wrath." The Doctor looks towards the hill before giving one final statement to the man. "The thing is, she hasn't met me yet." The path to the Ice Queen's palace is treacherous, as the path gradually turns from ice to snow. Adorned along the way are victims of the Queen, reminders to the town that she is displeased with them and that she has no issues with turning any of them to ice. The Doctor powers through and ultimately reaches the front of the Ice Palace. The palace is glorious, standing tall and towering over the hills. The ice glistens when the light catches it, almost giving off the impression that the palace is ablaze. The Doctor approaches the entrance, and as he is about to knock, the big solid ice doors slowly swing open to reveal the interior. The Doctor walks in slowly. The interior is much less impressive than the exterior. The furniture and decor reflect the notion that the Ice Queen does not expect to entertain guests, and yet she has let the Doctor in. There blasts through the Doctor and up the stairs, almost as if it was a guide telling him where to go. The Doctor proceeds to the stairs, all the way to the top, where he reaches what appears to be an attic, with a woman standing looking out the window. She turns around to reveal her pale, almost whitey blue skin. She's wearing a big white ball gown, and around her neck is a blue necklace that appears to shimmer in certain light. The Doctor stands opposite the Ice Queen, clearly still emotionally dealing with what happened to Skye. "Reverse it," he commands. The Ice Queen looks at him, not with anger or vengeance, but with a sorrow. "I have no control over the power," she claims with an almost frightened voice. The Doctor, becoming increasingly rage-filled, continues to command the conversation. "You mean to tell me that the town is scared of an Ice Queen who can't control her powers?" The Ice Queen looks away and back out the window. She begins to recount the story and how she was bestowed with the curse, which led to the townspeople casting her out. And whenever she is angry, the curse unleashes, causing mayhem wherever she goes. "I didn't want any of this." Her voice trembles, as if she was about to cry. The Doctor walks up to her, and the Ice Queen panics, warning that she does not want to cause him any harm. The Doctor reassures by telling her that it would take a lot of ice to harm him. The Doctor places his hands on each side of her face and enters her mind. The Doctor is shocked to discover that everything she told him was true, and feels how alone she is. "Oh, I'm sorry," the Doctor states comfortingly. The Ice Queen begins to feel what the Doctor feels. Loneliness. So alone, and all the wonder, yet, "Doctor, you feel so alone." The Doctor pulls away suddenly. "How did you do that?" exclaims the Doctor. The Ice Queen places a hand on the Doctor's cheek. "I could see everything. The past, present, and future. It's part of the curse." The Doctor notices that the necklace is glowing blue. "Where did you get that necklace?" The Doctor inquires with great interest. The Ice Queen pulls her hand away and turns away from the Doctor. "I know you looked inside my mind. You know I can help you." As the Doctor's words echo, the Ice Queen turns to face him again. "You felt love," the Ice Queen states, as she already knows the answer. The Doctor responds sorrowfully. "I have." The Ice Queen proceeds. "You've felt loss." The Doctor moves closer to the Ice Queen. "I've lost so much, but love and loss is part of what makes you unique. Without those feelings, we'd just be shells." The Ice Queen grabs the Doctor's hand. A chill runs through him, and suddenly the Doctor is able to see what the Ice Queen can see. "I was in love once." The Ice Queen begins to recount her story, The Doctor is able to see everything that the Ice Queen is revealing to him. The town is ablaze with glorious sunshine, as the Ice Queen is enjoying her time with a tall, dark-haired man. They share laughter, they share tears of sadness and joy. The two seem to be a perfect match. The man presents the Ice Queen with a gift, a silver necklace with a blue gemstone. He declares that as long as she wears this necklace, she will be safe. The next morning, the Ice Queen wakes up to find that her lover has left, and she is now the frozen monster that the townspeople believe her to be, and so she is banished to her palace, where she keeps the necklace as a reminder of her past. The Doctor's eyes open. He takes a step back as he realizes that the Ice Queen is not to be feared. She's an innocent woman who was tricked into becoming the Ice Queen, as the townspeople know her. He takes the Queen's hand again. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." The Doctor pulls the Ice Queen in for a hug. He removes her necklace and allows it to drop to the ground. One quick blast of the sonic screwdriver, which causes the necklace to crack and burst. A wave of blue time energy engulfs the room and subsequently shoots out of the palace like a beacon. The energy begins to cover the hills and the town, reversing the icy conditions as both the people and the surroundings start to thaw out. The Ice Queen starts to feel warm blood circulate around her body as she realizes that the cause of her grief, the cause of her agony, the cause of her distress was the necklace. The same necklace that was given to her by a man that she trusted with her life. The palace begins to crumble as the town continues to fall. The Doctor urges the now thawed Ice Queen to come with him before the palace collapses, but she refuses. She cannot bear to continue knowing that her one true love would cause her so much pain and misery. The Doctor pleads, "Come with me. I can save you." The Ice Queen approaches the Doctor. She lays a kiss on his cheek before pushing him through the door and down a small drop where he is presented with a quick exit. "Now go, it's too late for me, but she's waiting for you," declares the Ice Queen with an acceptance in her voice. She knows this is the end for her, but it's okay, she's accepted death. The Doctor immediately thinks about Skye. He knows it's too late to save the Ice Queen, but if the ice and snow are melting, then maybe Skye will be okay. The Doctor starts to run out of the remains of the ice palace as it collapses and consumes what remains of the Ice Queen. The Doctor continues to run. He has the relentless energy of a man who knows that time is against him. He has to get back to Skye. He can't bear the thought of losing her. The Doctor reaches the town. It almost seems to look like a different town. The snow and ice altered the appearance so much, and now rather than being the barren wasteland it was before, the town is overrun by ecstatic crowds. The Doctor begins moving through the crowds. He reaches an opening, and there standing opposite him is Skye. Her blue eyes glistened as the light of the sun radiates her natural beauty. "Doctor!" she bellows with a relieved tone. The Doctor runs to her and they hug. Their hug feels like they've been apart for years. "I thought I'd lost you," the Doctor exclaims in an almost saddened tone. Skye puts her hand on the side of the Doctor's head and pulls him in for a kiss. They pull away and Skye responds confidently, "It takes a lot to get rid of Skye James." The pair smile at each other as they proceed to head back towards the TARDIS. The TARDIS lights flooded the console room as the Doctor swings into action, preparing the time machine for flight. Skye enters the room after changing her outfit. She's dressed in a black dress, ready for her New Year's Eve party. She approaches the Doctor. "We need to talk about it," Skye proclaims sincerely. "What do we need to talk about?" The Doctor shrugs her statement off like it's nothing. Skye becomes visibly frustrated. "I know you haven't found a cure. You don't need to keep pretending," Skye announces with a frustrated yet loving tone. She continues to reveal that she knows the Doctor hasn't found a cure for her biological virus that is eating away at her, but the Doctor vows to find a cure in time for New Year's and drops her off at home to host her well-regarded New Year's party. The Doctor begins to search across the universe, determined to find a cure. The Doctor continues searching, but nothing seems to be a viable candidate for curing the virus. The Doctor stands at the console and remembers the Ice Queen encounter. Her necklace was made of pure time energy. Maybe he could alter time and save Skye James's life. The Doctor contemplates the thought just for a moment. He looks across the console and he sees faces of the past, those he had lost in previous lifetimes, the likes of Adric, Rose Tyler, Clara Oswald, Amy Pond, Rory Williams, and River Song. He sees the faces of those he lost in his current lifetime, the likes of Blake, Alice, Romana, Simon. The Doctor hangs his head, almost as if he is hanging his head in shame. Does he blame himself? The Doctor then looks up, and he can see Skye standing opposite him. It's almost as if she were in the room. "I'm sorry," the Doctor mutters as a tear forms in his eye.